YouTube, what is up? Pocket Profit coming back with another video. Today guys, in this video I'm going to show you 5 items that I bought and sold on eBay, so you guys can be on the lookout for these items. But before we get into the video, make sure you hit that like button. Also, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, get notified when I put a video out just like this one or when I go live. But that's all I got right there, so let's go ahead and jump into the video. So as you guys can see, the first item I sold was a remote. Alright, these things, remotes in general, are so overlooked, you guys. I cannot tell you how many times I buy remotes for 50 cents, 25 cents, $1, and sell them for $10, $15, $20. You guys, if you don't look at remotes, please look at remotes. The first 2 items I'm going to show you on this video are both remotes. I got them at the same place, so please look at remotes. Alright, so the first remote was a Sony RMX800. It looked excuse me, it looked like this gray one right here. I don't know, this one's probably another one that kinda will work for it, but this one right here and this one, like these gray ones right here, are the one that I found. Now I found this at a thrift store. It's kind of like a mom and pop shop one, and they're 50 cents. The remotes, all remotes are 50 cents, so I always look there. But I got this remote for 50 cents and I sold mine for 15. So pretty much right here, this guy sold it, or gal, I don't know, sold it for $14.99. This one went for $12.50, another $14.99, $12.99, $13. So I sold mine for $14.99. Now this is a small remote, guys. It's like, I don't know if you guys can see that, like that big, and without the batteries in it, shipping is so cheap. It was like $2 something or $3 at most. I think it was like 4 ounces or something like that when I shipped it out first class. So super easy item to look up as well. Just really simple, especially with the Sony ones. Sony ones are great because they like make it so easy to look up. All you got to do is put the model number in. Now down here it says, hopefully you guys can see it. If not, look it up yourself, please. Where it says Sony down here, right under that, it's gonna have the model number. Right here it says RM-SC3, and that's all you have to do to search it. Type in, go to eBay, type in Sony, and then type in RM-SC3, and then they're gonna pop up. And you can do that with all the Sony remotes if they have that model number right there. So super simple to look up. Doesn't take that long, and they're so overlooked at thrift stores. Even I've been to thrift stores where people sell on eBay. Like you go to the one or 2 thrift stores and they got like, you know, pieces of paper saying this is how much it's worth on eBay, or this is listed on eBay, or whatever, you know. And I go to the remote section and I find gem after gem after gem in their remotes because they just don't think they're worth anything. So make sure you guys are looking at remotes. So this one was the Sony RMSC3, bought it for 50 cents and I sold it for 15. So look for remotes. Now the second item is also a remote that you guys should be looking out for. Another small one, found in the same place, probably owned by the same people, I'm guessing. And that is a Sony RMX800. So another really small one, super light, really cheap to ship it. So very cool item, and it sold pretty quick. Both of them sold within like 2 weeks, I believe. So very quick items. People are always looking for remotes. They'll find the receiver or they'll find the part, the player part, and it has no remote. We go through that all the time as resellers as well. So we either will buy a remote to fix it and sell it as a unit together, or vice versa, or whatever. So same place, got it for 50 cents, and I sold mine for 16. So as you can see here, this person got 18, 17.50, 14.99, 12, 17, 15, so on and so forth. So you guys, remotes, I'm telling you, don't just look for the Harmony, Logitech ones or whatever. Make sure you guys are looking at all of them. Sony in like is really easy to look up, so that'll be just my very generic one. If you guys see Sony remotes, just look them up. They are cheap normally at thrift stores and super simple to look up. This one, sometimes they're right here, see where it says Sony, and then right above that, right here, is where the model number is. So they make it really easy. Sometimes other remotes, the model number is like inside the battery spot. So sometimes you got to pop the cap off and either it's on the cap or it's inside the where the batteries go. So that's for mostly other remotes. Most of the time, all Sonys have, you know, their big Sony logo down here, and then somewhere down here it'll have the model number as well. So very, very simple thing to look up. Make sure you guys are looking up. But yeah, so I bought this for 50 cents and I sold it for 16. Okay, make sure you guys are looking in the battery spot to make sure it's not corroded or if it's cleanable and stuff like that. But remotes, make sure you guys are looking for them. All right, item number 3. The third item is kind of different. It took a while to sell, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it sat around a while, but I got it for $1, and it is a Bop It keychain. Now, you guys all should know Bop It's. They got the big ones that look just like this, and then they have the Smash. There's just tons and tons of different Bop It's out there. But this one in particular, guys, is the miniature one, the keychain. And they make a bunch of different ones in this keychain form. So look out for all of them. But I sold this one right here. Not this exact one listing, but this original Bop It keychain one. Now, I priced mine a little higher. I priced mine at like $25 because I also had a global shipping program on, and there wasn't a lot of these on at time, and I just wanted to price a little higher because I was offering global shipping program, and people collect these all over the world, and for whatever reason, I've played this a bunch of times, and it's fun and annoying at the same time. Comment down below if you agree with me, if you've ever played Bop It. It's annoying but really fun at the same time. But anyway, I priced mine high just to see what happened. Had the global shipping program, and the other people that were selling them as well didn't have that on. So I was offering something they weren't, so I put a little bit higher price on it. And I actually sold mine for $25. Now, I paid $1 for it. And you guys can see here, they do sell pretty darn good. $15.99, $18. This one went for $5.99. Here's the Bop It Extreme. This one's probably a little bit more sought after, I would assume, because it's got more stuff to it. This one went for $35, and then $12, somebody here. And then here's another one like the one I sold for $16.99, $22.99, took a best offer, but they had shipping, $18, $20, $23. So anyway, these are super overlooked. They are hard to find. I don't see them very often, but when I see them, I'll pick them up. Free boxes, I'll find them. You know, at thrift stores, down in the little kid stuff where it's like you actually have to dig, kind of look in there. But they're normally very, very cheap. And yes, you're probably gonna sit on them a while, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You're probably gonna sit on it for a couple months or something. But it's so little, it takes up no space. It's really cheap, and it's a super high return when you get it sold. So. And you can always price it lower to hope to sell it faster too. So there's a lot of variables with it, but just make sure you guys look up for them and look them up. Make sure they're working, and it's a good item. But yes, Bop It keychain, fun to play, but also annoying at the same time. Please comment if you agree, so I'm not the only one. But yes, so like I said, I bought it for $1, sold mine for $25, and now we're moving on to the fourth item. I've talked about these types of items before, but I gotta show you when I sell it. I like to show you guys. So, and that is a Polaroid camera. Mine was the Polaroid one-step close-up, which this one is. This is the Polaroid one-step, but see right here, like in this little section, it's missing where it says close-up. Let me see. Here's like a decent one right here. You see Polaroid one-step. And then right under here, it has the little blue writing and a little flower. Oh, here's a better one. And it says close up. And for whatever reason, it's important. All Polaroids do pretty well, but this one in particular sells very quick for me when I find it, and super good item. So I bought this at I think it was a Salvation Army. No, Savers. It was a Savers for $5. I've sold this one a ton of times, you guys, like a whole bunch of times. This is probably like my 30th one, because I find them at garage sales, I find them at thrift stores, you know, I find them everywhere, and people just love these things, love them. They collect them. They, you know, photography people like to have them as display pieces. Some people will do like kind of like the age of cameras. They'll put some older ones, and then they'll go up. whatever. I've seen a bunch of different things, so people really, really like these. They are hard to test if you don't have the stuff, because the battery pack is inside the film. And so for me, I save the film packs as long as they're still working. I test them as far as I can. And then, I make sure you just write that in the description saying, didn't have film, but had battery pack. All functions tested properly to that point, but have not tested with film. So as is, whatever. Just make sure you state all that. Most people buying it know, understand, and they're willing to just buy it anyway. And if it's working that far with the battery pack, they're normally going to buy it and work just fine anyway. I've had maybe one issue with one, when I've done all those steps, otherwise had no issue. So, but make sure you guys are looking out for these Polaroids. This one's, like I said, was the Polaroid one or close-up with the blue. They sell really well, sell pretty quick, and I bought it for $5, and I sold mine for $35. I think I got a better price because I put the battery pack in there, took pictures with the lights going on, and everything like that. So make sure you do those few little steps, and I think you're going to get more money for it. Make sure you clean it really good pictures. I mean, you got to think about it. You're selling a camera to potentially like a collector of cameras or a photographer, so you want to have the best pictures available because you got to know who you're marketing your item to. So that's just a little tip for you guys to really, not saying you're going to take bad pictures regardless, but just keep that in mind. Maybe you can jazz it up a little bit with a little fanciness in the pictures, and maybe they'll appreciate it more and their eye will be drawn to yours and buy it. So I don't know. I'm not a scientist when it comes to that, but I would assume that works a little bit. But anyway, Polaroid 600, one step close up. Make sure you guys are looking for them. Polaroids do very well. All right, so I paid $5, sold it for $35, and on to the next item. Item number 5, the 5th item. Last thing I sold, I've told you guys 100 times to look out for this stuff, but here we go with 100 number 1. It is some ink. So some HP 97 tricolor 2-pack. And it was kind of hard finding very many of the 2-packs on here that weren't the one I sold. But it looked just like this one, the 97 2-pack. Now mine was also expired. This person's was 2015. Mine was better than that, so I got a better price. But I'm telling you guys, expired ink sells all the time. And like, look at all this. Like, here, we'll just go through a bunch. Let's see. That one's not expired. That one's not expired. This one's expired. 2-pack. Sold for $18. This one right here, I'm pretty sure is expired. I'm pretty sure this one's expired. This was January 2012. It still sold for $6.99, and that was a long time ago. Let's see. Like I said, this one was expired. This one's expired. So you guys, just expired ink still sells really well. You just have to price it correctly. So when you're looking at selling ink that is expired, you need to make sure you're checking where the expired ones are selling compared to the non-expired ones. You guys, they work almost every time, the expired ones. It's just whatever reason, so they can rotate product, get people to sell them out, or so they always have to buy new product. They normally always work, so people are still willing to buy them. But since it technically is expired, you normally get a little bit less in money for it. But they normally always work. I've bought expired ink for printers of my own, and they've worked every time. So it's one of those things you just gotta realize to the customer, even though it's gonna work 99% of the time, they just assume less value, if that makes sense. So if a regular one's selling for 30 and your expired one and you're maybe at 24 or 25, it's not a huge difference, but you got to give them that value for that expired ink or whatever. So just make sure you guys are really checking between the two, because I have sometimes people message me like, I bought this ink and it's not selling, and well, I'll ask them which one, price, where are you at, and they're pricing competitively with people that have non-expired ink, and I tell them that, and they lower it to where the expired ones are, and they do eventually sell it. So make sure you guys are really looking at that. It's super important. But anyway, I paid $6, and I actually sold mine for $37, and And I don't know if that's just because there was a little gap in the market or not as many listed, or mine had a better date than like this person here, or whatever the price reason is. But I priced at 37 and it sold. So I'll take those profits. Sold it, like I said, I bought it for 6, sold it for 37. But please look out for ink, guys. Expired or not, I'm telling you, it does sell. People want a little bit better deal because ink is so expensive. They're willing to buy it expired for a cheaper price because we all know it works just fine. But you guys, that's it. That's the 5 items I had to show you guys that I sold on eBay. Make sure you guys hit that like button. It really does help me out. Comment down below. Let me know if you found anything, if you need some help on some stuff. Get those comments in the feed, and we'll do our best to answer anything, or just let me know. Let me know if you found anything like this. I would appreciate. But that is all I got for you today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you're new. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell notification. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you later. Pocket Profit out.